to wait a minute in case there are commercials playing. Hello, everyone. Hello. Happy Monday to you guys. Today is Monday, August 1st. How is that possible? It's August 1st, 2022. I cannot believe it's August. I'm Angela with Happy Little Stitch Shop. And today we are here for our Flosstube Live. We've got lots of stitchy things to chat about. I've got some new stuff to share. I have some progress. A small miracle has occurred, and I have some progress to share with you people. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let me say hello to some people. How are you guys, first of all? And how was your weekend? How was your weekend? And what are you up to today besides hanging out with me? Oh, wait, Nancy, hello. Working on stitching bindings today. More bindings. Hello, Janine. Happy August to you too, my friend. Hello, Tammy S. I accidentally chatted on the 841. We'll have a nice chat waiting for us on Thursday. Sandra, good afternoon. It is 76 with rain in Spartanburg, South Carolina. 76, that's pretty nice. Rainy. Hello, Jody. It will be Christmas before we know it. I haven't hung up my next Christmas quote yet. So Christmas in July might go into August a little bit if I can get that hung up first at some point to share with you guys. Christmas will be here before we know it. I've started to see those things pop up that tell you how many weekends there are until Christmas. Oh my gosh. Hello, Ruth P. Hello, Kay. She says, well, hello, Angela and everyone. Hi from sunny and hot Kansas City, Missouri. Sunny and hot. Oh, my goodness. Hello, Darlene. Hello, Chris. Hello, Kara. Happy to catch the start today before I take my daughter to pick up her schedule for sophomore year. You have one the same age as me. I probably knew that. Oh. Sophomore year. I know they're going to be back in school in about a month, which is always a bittersweet time for me. A little bit sweet because it means like a return a little bit to a more consistent schedule. You know, just a return to kind of, okay, the kids are in school all day. Then there's lots of running after school, but for that chunk of time when they're in school, you can, you know, focus on what you need to have happen. Sally Quilt, hello. Working on my final granny squares needed for my Afghan. Were you the one who posted? Did I see your post of like you only had 10 squares left? Was that you, Sally? If I'm remembering correctly. Leaf, are you doing leaf for your fifth color? Somebody posted and it was so pretty, such happy colors. And I can't believe you only have 10 left. I need to count where I'm at. I have made progress, but I don't know where I'm at. That is so exciting. So exciting for you. Sarah D, hello. Hope everyone is having a good day. Mr. Stitcher is back from camp and already asked when he can go back next year. Oh, that's good. So he had a good time. Heat is down and there's a bit of rain today. So a stitchy day. Cindy, hello. Don't forget to give Angela a thumbs up for her great videos. Thank you so much, Cindy. I appreciate that. And everybody, I appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me. Hello, Jen. Got my adulting done this morning so I can join you live. Love it. Hello, Chris. Hello, April. Not so sunny California Bay Area. Hello, Jacqueline. Hello, Janet. Hello, Nancy. Carrie. Carrie's still working on her adulting. Hello, Susan. Finally out of the triple degree heat. Oh, thank goodness. It's supposed to get up there again for us this week. So maybe what you had is heading our way because it's supposed to be like triple degrees again this week here. It's been a hot summer. Marcia, hello from Kansas, working on United Scraps of America by Kansas Trouble Quilters. I love it. Hello, Martha. Hello, Libby. Hello, Jillian. From Trinidad and Tobago, relaxing, doing some stitching. What are you stitching on? Happy Monday. Hello, Rhonda. Hello, Pam. Hi, Wanda. Hello, Susan from Alabama. Just finished cleaning my house so I can sit and watch you. Nice. Hello, Laura. Will we be stitching today? I do not have stitching planned. Did you guys like that last week? Because we could always try to do half and half. Like our floss tubes could be half catching you up on stitchy stuff that's happening in the shop and half stitching. It would be helpful for me to have a scheduled stitching time, but I don't know if everybody would like that. So what's your vote? Would you like more stitching hours? I plan to try to do a stitching hour once a month. So that's my hope, at least during the summer for sure. And then part of it during the school time might depend on kids' schedules and availability for my daughter to read for us. But we could possibly do, at least for the summer, some of our Flosstube Mondays half and half. But what do you guys want? What would you like to do? Wanda's making a Christmas quilt. Barbara, hello from sunny Milwaukee. Hello, Chris. 40th birthday celebration for my son. I'm stitching Snow Village now. Happy belated birthday to your son. Kay says crocheting granny squares still and loving it. I'm kind of loving it too. I brought some to share with you guys today. Janet, hello from Oregon. You finally are in the 90s. Jen, I just moved my oldest into their Forts apartments starting sophomore year at college. Oh, you're getting ready to send your little kiddos back to college. Not so little kiddos anymore. Carrie, hello. Happy Monday. Finished. Welcome to our patch. So switching back to Be Happy Quilt until Fall on the Farm arrives. So is welcome to our patch super cute. I love that Annie B's chart. I think it's very cute. Hello, Jacqueline. Our school started today. Oh, they did. We start September 1st here in Wisconsin. But I know a lot of places today, I mean, that's early, but a lot of places by mid-August, they're back in school. I know Illinois is that way, typically. Hello, Alice. Let me catch up here. Hello, Alice. Hello, Nancy. I go back to school on August 22nd. Kids come back the 25th. We are going to miss all of you teachers when you have to go back to school. Hello, Sue. Good afternoon. I don't have the fabric yet. I don't have it yet. Nope, I don't. I'll have to check at the post office. Sometimes they hold it and don't tell us about it. So I'll have to check there. But I don't have it yet. But I'll look for it now that I know. Oh, I'm so excited to see it. Oh, Prairie Life. I can't wait. Can't wait. I'm going to try to do what Lori does, where she gets all of her stuff ready to go in her bag. And probably a lot of you guys do it. I am just not very organized. And I feel like if I were more organized, then I would get more done and be happier in my process. So I feel like when I come across a chart that I really want to do, I should just kit it up and bag it and have it ready to go. Do you guys do that? Is that what you guys do? Jen said, I decided to do a pillow instead of blanket after Lori's last crochet video. I do not have time for the hundreds of squares. Pillow already done. Yes, I have jumped on that too. I'm still doing the granny squares. I'll keep adding to those. But I am also, I made the teeny tiny pillow, which I already told you guys about. And I will likely make more of those because they're too darn cute. Except I think I will have to adjust my pillow size, or maybe I stuffed it too much. I don't know. Something felt off about it. So I'm going to have to adjust that a little bit. But I'm in the process of making one of those diagonal pillows too, except I'm doing the blue one, and I will share it with you once I have more done. I'm missing a color, so I need to hope that that color arrives. And, but I think in the meantime, I might jump over to that scalloped edge pillow that Lori told me to make for my little one. I think that is a smart idea, and I think she'll love it. And she's going to be moving into a big girl bed soon, and she wants that chicken quilt on her big girl bed, which I have to put the rickrack and the binding on. So I hope to get that done soon because she wants it to go on her big girl bed. And I think that pillow will look really cute with the scalloped edges. She'll have such a cute bed. She will have the cutest bed out of all 8 of us in this house. She will by far have the cutest bed. Oh my gosh, that little girl. So I'm on the pillow train for sure. And it was Sarah who said, let's do a crochet along in October. I'm trying to think of a fun name for it, like Crochet-tober. I don't know what it would be, but I think that that's a great idea. And I would love to make a fall pillow, granny pillow, and have us all try to do it together. So I'm planning on that in my brain. Christine Finewood, we have the same glasses. You're kidding me. I hope to have new glasses soon, but hello, glasses twin. Joan, hello, friends. Last time I can join for a while, back to work next week. We are going to miss you, Joan. Lori, hello. She says, hello, Ange. Hello, Stitchy friends. Hello, my friend. How are you on this Monday? Sally Quilt said, yep, that was me. What a memory you have. I couldn't remember the name, but I remember the picture. I am now on the last one. And yes, using leaf as the joining color goes well in my room. If I do another one, I'll be using cloud, I think. It's gorgeous. I cannot wait to see until you have it all together. So please share a picture. I think it'll be really fun to see all of the different connecting colors that people choose and how it makes your Afghan look different. Like I'm doing Riley Gray, Lori did linen. I know you're doing leaf. Marsha did cloud, and hers turned out gorgeous. And I know some other people are somebody's doing nutmeg. It'll be really cool to see how everybody's Afghans look so different with the different background colors. Sandra says, I'm working on Lori Holt. You're the boss. Oh, that's such a cute pattern. Kringle, says Jillian. That's what she's working on. Lori, when does Be Prepared come out for Prairie Meadow? August 8th. August 8th, Christine. She's going to do her, so a week from today. I haven't flipped my calendar yet to my new chicken, but a week from today will be the Be Prepared post for Prairie Meadow. I'm very excited. Yes, I liked it. It's a cute pattern, that welcome to the patch. Hi, Lori. Love the live stitching. Love the live stitching, says April. Yes, that would be great, says Libby. I thought it was so fun to see how others stitch, says April. Hi, says Libby. Oh, no. Susan. Laura, anything stitch your quilty is always good. Miss Lori from Rhonda in North Dakota. Hello, first time catching live. Hello, Charlotte Burkhart. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad you found us and decided to give us a try. Hello, Monkey Mary. My daughter's friend started last week. Oh, back to school time. Okay, Sue, I will keep an eye out. I'm so excited. Are you excited with how it turned out? Are you pretty pumped? I'm so excited. I cannot wait to stitch on the cloth, first of all, and I'm really excited to stitch Prairie. But you guys know I got to get done Brick House this month. I have to get Brick House done this month. Oh my goodness. Hello, Tammy S. Nancy, well, the Mega Ball did not allow me to submit my letter. I know. Too bad you didn't get that 1.8. We were talking about it too. Your hair looks beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I took some time to actually try to do it today, which during the summer, it's so easy to just put it up. I kind of fall into that habit. But thank you. That's really nice of you. I'll take that and store it in my pocket for a bad day. Organization is definitely the key, says Lori. I know you do such a good job of just kitting all your stuff up that you want to do. And I always just kind of put it in my mental list of what I want to stitch. And then it just stays there. in my brain, thinking, oh yeah, I really wanted to make that, and I didn't. I'm dying to make the granny square pillows. You should do it, Sue. You've been too busy dyeing cloth, I bet. Cranberry crochet. Ooh, is that the name for the October thing? Nancy says, Carrie, what fabrics did you use for pumpkin patch? Hello, Colleen, stitching with the sisterlies. I'm going to border my granny squares with greens. Ooh, I think it'll be pretty, pretty, pretty. Hello, Judy. Hope everyone's having a great day. Hello, Beth. Hello, Arlene. Arlene says we should do live stitch. More fun to do it together. So true. Yes, I want to join in on the stitch along. Are you? Are you joining us for Prairie? I think you said maybe you were. Colleen is. Lori's joining. Are you joining us too, Sue? Ooh, that'll be so fun if you do. October crochet along, says Monkey Mary. Cranberry crochet because Wisconsin harvests ocean spray cranberries. Oh, I didn't think about that. The Cranberry Fest is in October, isn't it? Lori says you can tell what the Afghan will look like in frosting and also in breezy because, oh yeah, because of the pillows Lori has done and shown in her videos. Yep. Breezy and frosting. She did her 2 pillows with background colors. Jumping on for a few minutes, says Alicia, between back to school meetings. Hello, and we will miss you when you head back to school. I always miss all of our teachers. We have a lot of teachers in this group, and it's always, you can tell a difference when everybody goes back to school and you guys aren't here anymore. She's a brick. Every time, brick house. That song will leave my head once I finish this stitch. Hello, Janet. Sandra, hi, Lori, just got your new book. Scribblers have, can't wait to make one of the quilts. Nancy says, oh, Angela, I know of a great shop that carries all of the chunky thread. If they don't have your color, make sure you hit the notify when in stock button. Yes, hit the notify me when in stock because we are expecting shipments at some point. And then you'll get an email when it gets back in stock and you'll be able to jump on there and get the colors you need. I so wish I was organized like Lori, says Sue. Angela, do not be down on yourself about organized. Look how much family you have to. I know it's a lot. It is a lot. But I think that if you take time to organize, it somehow makes all that stuff a little bit better. But it's hard to get to that organization step, which I am fairly organized. There are some areas that I feel like are very organized, but then you get waves of things being super busy and then the organization falls into disarray. And then it's like, oh, it's extra work to kind of get back into the routine again. It's all part of life. So I just kind of got to go with it. Well, what I know for sure is Cheryl will be as organized as Lori because Lori. And congrats, Lori, on being. I know. Did you guys see Lori's Flosstube on Friday? She shared big news. I was so excited. I had known about it already, but I was still super excited to hear about it, that it was put out there in the world. Nancy, I used 16 pounds. Oh, Lori says, well, it's not like I could have a million at a time. Yeah. Just one when I know I'm going to start it. The first thing I do is gather it all, fill out a library card, and put it in a project bag. So that's what I need to do because I know for sure that I'm going to be doing Prairie Life. Although I want a Prairie project bag. So I need to do that. I need to figure that part out because that's what it's going to go in. Using Lori's new Prairie collection. So I know I'm going to do Prairie Life. So I just want to get all of that kitted up and ready to go and actually try to have my floss organized this time instead of just like thrown in the bag. Hello, Kathy. Finally machine quilting my Sweetwaters. Hello. Oh, that one is so cute. Susan says my new little Harry book is out and displaying my coffee table. It's a beautiful book. It sure is. I need to be better about my library cards. I love those library cards. I love them. They are really good because sometimes I forget, even though I think I have a mind of steel, I actually don't, you guys. It might be a surprise to some, but I actually don't. And so those library cards are really helpful. Angela, I don't. You keep your kids so organized and quilt and stitch. You are with. Thank you, Kara. You are sweet. Judy says it's easier to stay organized once you are organized. Just takes time getting there and keeping up. So agree. Grammy Lori says Sue. Hello, Sam. Remember, Angela, balance is the key. We just had this conversation last night, Sam, and I have no balance. And my toxic trait is getting things up and organizing them in categories and not doing them. At least you're ready for the day that comes when you can do it. What company does Lori's furniture come from? Her furniture. So I don't know. I'm sure it comes from a mixture of places. I don't know where her furniture comes from. Lori, now it's August, so it's for sure time to get things gathered up and ready to go. I know. I need to yeah, I need to get the bag because I'm determined to use that Very Prairie print and have a project bag for my Prairie So Long. And so for some reason, I can't get over that in my brain. So that's step one. And then I can prepare the rest of it. Because, yeah, it's starting in a month. Hey, I don't have a lot of time. I got to get that going. So congratulations, Grandma Lori. Congratulations, Lori. You're going to be a great grandma. Of course, she already has grandchildren, but this will be a fabulous addition. Fabulous addition. Okay, so Lori's Flosstube was really inspiring. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but she released it on Friday, and if you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. She had so many finishes that were so pretty. Oh my gosh, so pretty. And I feel like I must have a similar taste in cross stitch patterns to Lori because almost all of them I was like, I would like to do that. I would like to do that. So it was a really, really good Flosstube and a lot of inspiration in there. So you guys should go check it out if you haven't yet. It should be the latest one on her channel. So check out her YouTube channel and watch her Flosstube. Martha says, congratulations, Lori. You're going to be a lovely grandma. Lori says, most of my furniture in my house is vintage. There you go. Kara says, so exciting, Lori. Okay, so I have some stuff to share with you, and I actually have some progress to share with you. Sophie Bell is 13. So yes, Lori already has a granddaughter whose name is Sophie Bell, and she is 13. Did you guys watch? How many of you guys watched her Flosstube on sometime over the weekend? And she talked about us. She talked about Happy Little Stitch Shop, and she mentioned Angela. Who is that? And talked about stitching brick house. She shared her brick house finish. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. That frame is like perfect. That frame is perfect for that stitch. Sue says, oh my goodness, so inspiring. All I want to do is stitch and yarn dyers. It is our busiest time of year. It's killing me. Oh no, you're too busy dyeing everything. Sam, I love all Lori's Quaker stitches she does. I need more Quaker stitches in my life. So I am definitely going to look for that. What was it called? The Irish one. Irish sampler? Is that it? That's all it's called. I'm definitely going to look for that one. Because I think Lori has inspired me to start a sampler wall for sure. Like I don't have one started. I know I'm in the midst of a few samplers making them, but I haven't started a sampler wall yet. And now I'm kind of inspired. And I'll be honest with you, it was the frame around Brick House that inspired me. I was like, oh, and then I could just see it. I could see all of these samplers that I want to make and all of them put in different frame. Like I could see it. I could envision it. And prior to that, I couldn't really in my space. I couldn't really envision it in my space. And after seeing that, I could, which is odd because I don't know that I would lean towards that frame, but for that stitch, it was perfect. And then I could see it in my house. Okay, so what are people saying? Chris says, I never missed Lori video. Watched it as soon as it came out. Yes, watch Lori, always watch. So excited for her and her whole family. Alicia says, I watched it as I worked on Be Happy. Such beautiful inspiration. So true. Lori says, I did talk about all of you and Happy Little Stitch Up. I know, I was tickled pink. I was so excited. Of course, I had been told, like, people reached out to me on Friday and were messaging me and saying, oh, Lori talked about you. Lori talked about Happy Little Stitch Shop. And they were all so excited. And so then I was like, oh my gosh, I need to watch it. And so I was settling into a movie with my poor husband. He was like, can we sit and watch a movie tonight? And I said, yeah. And he goes, do you have stuff here? I said, always, but I'll put it away. I will unplug. Let's sit and watch a movie tonight. And so we had just started, like it had just started. And then I got a message and so I said, can you pause it for a second? So I'm reading the message. And then when I saw that what it said, I was like, oh my gosh, what? And so then I was so tempted to go and watch Lori's Flosstube right away because I wanted to see, but I couldn't do that. And so I had to like keep it cool. And then I said, okay, I got to put my phone away and I got to, enjoy this time. And so I put it away and I went over and sat and we watched the movie and all was fine. And then as soon as the movie was done, I went over to my phone and I started. He goes, are you going to stay up tomorrow and watch it? And I was like, yeah, I kind of have to. So I was up watching that Flosstube until about 1:30 in the morning. And my husband was like, I'm going to bed. And I said, I get it. Go ahead and go to bed, but I'm going to stay up and watch this. So I stayed up and watched it late. And even at that time, I was still inspired and super excited. Thank you so much for mentioning us. I so appreciate that. Darlene says, I watched it. All the stitching is beautiful. Monkey Mary said, I did. Yes, Lori mentioned you. Yay. Angela, that's the Irish sampler that I, yes, you did. Yes, we talked about it by Jacob. And I think I tried to get it at one point and I think that it was out of stock. And then it kind of went off of my radar until I saw it again. And I loved it. And the other thing that I'm toying around with is I have always, always loved your heritage wall idea. Like that kind of stuff just completely speaks to me. And so I'm toying around with trying to do a heritage wall too. And that Irish sampler would for sure be for one of my grandparents because she was 100% Irish. So it would totally fit in. And I would love to find more Irish samplers because I've got a lot of Irish people that I would love to stitch stuff like that has a connection to them for them in memory of them. So I love that. So the sampler wall and the heritage wall, I think I'm committed to the sampler wall because that's already going. The heritage wall I haven't started anything for, but it's in the back of my mind. Like, I think that would be really cool to do in memory of your ancestors. I love it. That's such a good idea. And I love that Irish sampler. It's beautiful. And the house one that you had pulled out too by Jacob. That one was gorgeous too. Oh, I love houses. Robin says, sorry, I'm joining late. Hello, Robin. I returned yesterday from Stitching with the Housewives retreat in Indiana. Such a wonderful time. Made sure to represent. Oh, you are so sweet. Thank you, Robin. Alice says, love Lori's red samplers with her. I love them. It's such a great way to, pay tribute to those people. And so that's the part that I really love about it. So I would love to do that. I think that would be fun and nice to do that. Monkey Mary says, because of Angela and Happy Little Stitch Shop, I ordered the Prairie Meadow Quilt Kit and Lori's Scrappiness Happiness book. Yay, Mary. I'm so excited to stitch that. Oh my gosh. August 29th, you guys. August 8th first, and then August 29th. August 8th for the Be Prepared post for Prairie Meadow So Long. August 29th for the start. My Prairie Meadows quilt is going on the big wall in my family room, which is my sampler wall. So they will live side by side. And I'm so excited. You told me that before. And I think it's going to be beautiful. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know what your sampler wall looks like, but I think that quilt is going to be beautiful hung on any wall. Okay, I missed it. I'm new to the YouTube stuff, so I haven't got it all figured out. Lori has definitely inspired me too. So have you, Angela, and all the Happy Little Stitch Up friends. Kay, that's awesome. Yes, you should definitely, Kay, go search YouTube. So go to youtube.com, in the little spyglass thing, search for Lori Holt, and her channel will pop up. And then you should subscribe and click notify. So every time she does a video, which she usually does them once a week ish, like about once a week, usually for Fridays. She usually releases them every Friday. And sometimes there might have, because she's got other stuff going on, it might not be consistently every Friday, but typically she releases on Fridays, and usually it's almost every Friday. And then you'll get notified, and you'll feel super inspired. Oh my gosh. It'll just give you all sorts of ideas that you can't possibly have time to finish them all, but it's fun. It's fun. Leslie says, yes. Stitching with Sisterlies. I think I just have a Lincoln wall. I like the Lincoln wall though too. I see all of your Lincoln stitches, and I think that those historical stitches are very cool as well. That also is right up my alley. I love stuff like that. Monkey Mary, I was thinking of putting prairie points on my Prairie Meadow quilt kit, but I will have to wait and see. I'm excited to see how that turns out. Lincoln the dog is on the Abraham Lincoln wall too, in costume. So see, he made the Lincoln wall. Sam says, is it the Irish Quaker? Yes. Yes, I need to look up the Prairie Meadow quilt. I mean, Sam, next Tuesday, let's be prepared. It should be Monday. Monday is be prepared. Monday the 8th, right? Because today's the 1st, so 1 + 7 is 8. So it should be Monday, I think. Prairie Meadow. I can do math, but I can't spell. We still have a few left in the shop. This, Sam, look. This is the Prairie Meadow quilt. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful. You're the best, Angela. I love you. And you are welcome. I will be that friend for you. Okay, so I have some stuff to share. I will share first what we're moving on to in Stitch Longs. All Stitch Long invoices have been emailed. So all of you should have received your Stitch Long invoices. We're working on getting those out. So we should get caught up with that this week, like maybe Wednesday or Thursday, I'm anticipating. So this is what we're moving on to this month in August. We're moving on in our Wee Santa Stitch Long by Heart and Hand. We're moving on to Wee Santa 2013. Oh, Jen, if I remember correctly, this is a good one. There are lots of goodies in there. Is that right? Is that the one you're talking about? We are also moving on in Nutcracker Village by Country Cottage Needleworks. This one's called Merleton's Music Store. Look at those little music notes. That's so cute. All right, we're also moving on in Gingerbread Village. This is the last one for Gingerbread Village, and then Gingerbread Village is wrapped up. So Gingerbread Village, this one is called Gingerbread House 5 by Country Cottage Needleworks, and then that one is going to be wrapped up. Santa's Village, we only have, I think, 2 more left of this one after this one, or maybe 1 more, I can't remember. But this one is called Elves Workshop, and this stitch along is almost wrapped up. We're also moving on in the Houses on Peppermint Lane series by Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. This one is chart number 4, and it's called Tea House. That one is coming your way. Fall on the Farm. We're moving on to Pumpkin Patch, chart number 7 by Little House Needleworks. And just a heads up to you guys, the last chart that you guys got, it's called Moo Moo Here. But up here where the title is, it says Pumpkin Patch. Diane told me there was a misprint. And so the picture of the chart is correct. It's got the picture of the cow, and it's the right chart is pictured here. It's Moo Moo Here. But the teeny tiny title up here says Pumpkin Patch on your Moo Moo Here chart. So don't be confused by that. If it's a picture of a cow, it's moo moo here. If it's a picture of a pumpkin patch, it's pumpkin patch. Nancy says, did the invoice for the Prairie Life Stitch Along go out? I haven't got it. No, it has not, because that will go out at the end of August, because we're going to start that one in September. Monkey Mary says, I recently purchased tribute to Hans Brinkler stitch pattern. Next Monday is Be Prepared. What is that? I don't know about that person. Now I need to go search it up and do a search and learn. We are also moving on in Lori's Prim stitch series. We're moving on to Pleasant and Gentle. This is number 8 in the 12-part series. So that one's coming your way. We are moving on in ABC Samplers. LMN is what's next by Little House Needleworks. Those houses are so cute. Plum Street Samplers, our Animal Stacks Stitch Along. This one only has, next month is going to be the last month for our Animal Stacks. And this one that's you're going to be receiving this month is Bigfoot Bunch. And I think the last one we have is Tired Trio, and then we will have done all of them. We're also doing A Year in the Woods Stitch Along by Cottage Garden Samplings, and we are moving on to The Bear this month. The Bear. And Months of the Year by the Prairie Schooler. We're moving on to August. What does this one say? August brings the golden grain. Harvest time is here again. Again. These are so cute. So there's that. Oops. And we're moving on in Month to Month by Stitching with the Housewives. Doing September this month. And we're moving on, or this is our Stitch of the Month for August. This one is called Seasonal Celebration Summer by Country Cottage Needleworks. Oh my gosh, what happened? Country Cottage Needleworks. So those are all of our stitches that you guys are all stitching this month. I love it. Okay, and I have Hans Brinkler and the Silver Skates. I remember I had that book when I was little. I do not know that book, but it sounds like one that I wish I would have known. Okay, and then we have a few new charts in the shop for you, including, you guys, I may have found my next Sabbath stitch. I think maybe. So I'm going to share that with you guys. It's one of the new ones that I got. Okay, first of all, brand new in the shop. Hello, Vicky. And I think there's a movie made of Hans Brinkler, very family oriented. Well, now I'm definitely going to need to look it up. Stephanie, hello. Got tuned in late, but I'm having a great time on vacation, just sitting here stitching with my mom. Hello, Stephanie's mom. And I hope you're having fun on vacation. How nice to go on vacation and just have some relaxing time. I love it. I hope you're having fun, fun, fun. So brand new in the shop, we have Goodbye Fall by Plum Street Samplers. Kind of fun. And then we have Autumn Signs by the Tiny Modernist. Pumpkin Patch Welcome, Autumn Skies and Pumpkin Pies. Gather and give thanks. Happy fall, y'all. These are pretty cute. Cute little stitches. So that one is brand new in the shop. Also talked about last week, and it's already here in the shop, A Tisket, a Tasket by Rosewood Manor. A Tisket, a Tasket. That's a pretty one. It's very, very pretty. Okay, and also requested last week, and it's here already, Matter in Hand by Jeanette Douglas. So that is here. It says cross stitch, must say cross stitch in a bunch of different languages. So that's here. And then I have my sampler stitch, potential sampler stitch. But I'm going to show you my progress on some stuff first before I share that. Don't let me forget to share it. Yes, I love your floss tubes. Lori could put, well, I love your Granny Square longs. I love your remix series. I love your, like, anything Lori releases. I love whenever you release it. It doesn't even matter. I'll just enjoy it whenever it comes. Okay, so first of all, this is where I'm at with my Granny Squares. I don't even know how many I have. I just kind of put them all in my Granny Square crochet bag. Okay, these I just finished with my outer color. It's so quick. Like, this is what I was talking about last week when I was getting supper ready and I didn't have time to really sit and jump into anything too deeply, but I could sit down and just put an outer color. This is one of the happier ones that I have made. It's so pretty. It's that sunshiny yellow. It's just beautiful. But you can sit and put that outer color on in like no time at all. 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, 8. Okay, now I think we're getting close to getting into other stuff. I think this is the last one that's new. The rest are old. So 10. 20. 30. How is that possible? 40. Oh, we got an extra one in there. I can't count. 43. I only have 43. I thought I was like over 50. I only have 43. I've got a long ways to go, but I'm not stressed about it because this is easy peasy to do. I don't have like a deadline for my Afghan, so I'm just going to keep making. And now I've got a system. I do my Granny Square starters, like Lori had talked about on her YouTube channel. Check that out. I did my starters, and then I just add the other 3, and then it goes into another pile. So my starters are in a container, and then I add my other 3 when I have time to sit down and add them, or when I'm in the truck riding. Add the other 3, then they go into a different container, and then I can pick them up and just add the gray whenever I have a few minutes, because it's, doesn't take long. And I have my secret blue diagonal Granny Square pillow going, and I'm going to look at starting the scalloped edge pillow for my little one's bed. But I know that I'm missing a few colors. Not that I have to do the same exact ones that Lori did, but I think for this first time I kind of want to. Just to like get a little bit more confidence in doing some of that. So I think I'm going to try to just do the same colors that Lori did. Although if I can't wait, if I get impatient, because I think I'm missing frosting, linen for sure. I don't remember what else. If I get impatient, then I might just substitute something else. Something else. Oh, Judy says, how many cross stitch projects do you have going at one time? I can only do one. It's hard. It's a hard one with quarter stitches. Oh, how many projects do I have going at one time? Well, this is where I am a terrible person to ask that question, because I feel like my cross stitch is suffering a little bit right now. Like, I just don't have a very good process in place. And I feel like part of that for me, and does anybody else feel this way? But part of the process has a roadblock because I don't really have finishing stuff. Like I don't enjoy finishing my own cross stitches. I don't enjoy like hot gluing stuff and putting it on a mounting board and doing stuff like that. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I got a little tickle when I inhaled. Um, I can do that stuff, but as life has gotten busier and like business with the shop has picked up, which is fabulous, that's something that I don't really want to have on my plate because I don't get a lot of happiness from it. So I feel like I have a little bit of a roadblock because I haven't like had developed a connection with a framer. I haven't gone down that path before. I usually in the past have framed stuff kind of on my own, but so I feel like there's a little bit of a roadblock there, which I think impacts my stitching because if it's not going to go anywhere, then it kind of dulls the motivation to get it done. So I need to figure that out. I need to fill in that, like, figure out the roadblock issue and come up with a plan for that. Monkey Mary says, I love the blues. So to answer your question, Judy, sorry, I got off on a tangent. I have a lot of whips and I think I need to come up with a better plan of how to stitch them because none of them end up getting the attention that they need. And so then I end up not making progress on anything. So for the summer, I decided to focus on two projects that I really wanted to get done. And I had kind of a deadline for. The first one is Brick House Sampler, because I would like to finish that by the end of this month before we start Prairie Sampler. So then it's kind of off my plate and then another sampler slides into its spot. And my other focus, cross stitch focus for this summer was my Sabbath stitch, A Savior's Praise, because I would like to have that done by the end of December. I don't know if I will or not, but that's my goal. And if it goes over into the next year, then that's just how it goes. I've got plenty to keep me busy. So I decided this summer to focus on just 2 stitches. You know, because for me, I feel like I have to try stuff out, see what works in my life, and then adjust if it doesn't work great. So I thought, okay, I'm going to try to do 2 and let's see how that goes. It's gone okay, but then I feel like there are all these other stitches that like I can't just do 2. You know, I feel like I have to step it up a little bit with that. So and again, after watching Lori's last Flosstube, she talks a little bit about, and she has in previous Flosstubes, about how she stitches certain things on certain days of the month. And I know a lot of you guys do this too, and I haven't really jumped into doing that, but that really is a good way to getting your hands on that stitch at least one time a month. And like Lori said in her last Flosstube, as long as you're making progress, you're eventually going to get it done. And there are some stitches that I have that I am like so close to being done, and then they get buried and they don't ever get touched for months and months. Whereas if I had a cycle that they were getting cycled in at least a little bit each month, then eventually they would get done. So right now I have 2 that I'm really focused on, but I think that's going to change for me. Judy, I hope that answers your question in a very long way. Sam says, well, now you're just bragging, Angela, because 43 is awesome. I have it all kitted, but I have to still learn how to crochet. It'll be easy peasy and you will love it. I really think you will love it. Lori says 43 is great. I've been seeing a lot of pillows since my video and I love them all. I know so many people are jumping on that pillow wagon and I love it. I love it. And this is fun. Like I said, I've said this from the very beginning. Like I'm not stressing about this. This is just fun. I can sit down, feel like crocheting. I'm going to pick some stuff up. I'm going to make some squares, add it to my stash. Once I get there, I'll get there. And then I'll put them all together and it'll be fabulous. But I'm not like in a rush. I'm not in a race against the clock to get something done with these. I'm just going to keep adding to it. But I am kind of anxious to make those pillows. And those will go a lot faster. So I would kind of like to get those done. Okay, Carrie says, do you use a hoop or sew method? I'm struggling with my stitches being flat from the hoop, but I can't get stitch in hand to come out neat. I do this, I stitch in hand and I use the sewing method, and not all of my stitches are perfect. Most of them lie pretty flat. I mean, I think that I'm happy with them, but some I'm not. And then I either need to adjust and fix them or decide to live with it. But I sew in hand. That's what I found the best, but for me. But tons of people, I mean, you just have to figure out what you can settle into. I know some people who cannot stitch without a hoop, and that's just the way that it is for them, which is great. I think you just got to find what works for you. I have a deficit in granny squares, says Monkey Mary. Debbie says, between quilting and crocheting, my time devoted to cross stitch has become less. I think I tend to crochet now instead of cross stitch. I feel like that has happened to me a little bit too, which bums me out because I really enjoy cross stitching. But quilting, I don't need any magnification. I don't need like special lighting to do all of that. But I really enjoy cross stitching, so I don't want to let that fall away. So I just need to adjust, I think. Just adjust my time and figure out how to fit a little bit of everything. You know, like my husband was saying, you should just every night plan from 9 to 10. You're going to sit down and you're going to cross stitch for that hour. And we've had this discussion before, and I've talked about doing that before. And then, you know, stuff gets in the way and it doesn't end up happening. And he'll say, you just need to do it. Like when 9 o'clock comes, you stop doing whatever you are doing and you just sit and cross stitch for an hour. And I said, yeah, that's easier said than done. You know, when you've got all of this other stuff to do, it's easy to say that, but it's hard to sometimes make that happen. But that's what I'm working towards, is trying to find a devoted time where I just get some of that time in each day. I said to Lori, please, every time you sit down and stitch, please message me so that I can sit my little bottom down and stitch as well. Like I just need somebody to contact me and say, I'm stitching now, stop what you are doing and just sit down and stitch. Kathy, Angela, I agree about finishing. I'm so limited with wall space. Oh, see, I'm the opposite with that. We have nothing on our walls. Like we have so many bare walls in our house, so much space to fill up. Like this wall is full. And my little sewing space wall over there is full. And we have like a big baptism picture of the kids when we got the 4 of them baptized. It's a really cute, like big black and white picture. And that might be all that I have hung up in our house. I'm serious. We do not have many things hung up in this house. Probably feel much more like home if I had a sampler wall. Judy says, that's great. Hopefully I will get my one done. I almost threw it away. If I do another, it will be an easier one. Stephanie, I have so many WIPs. I've got a bunch of projects on vacation that are close to being done. I finished stars yesterday, and now I'm working on flea market flowers. Flea market flowers is another one that I am almost done with. Like I have 3 squares left. That it does not take long, but it sits there and doesn't get done. Little Sissy 1, what is the name of the quilt behind you? The Christmas balls. This one's called Retro Ornaments. Retro Ornaments. It's by Lo and Behold Stitchery. That's the name of the pattern. And I did it in Dear Christmas by Urban Chicks. Curved piecing. Beware. Which I actually mastered by the time I made all 16 of those blocks. But the beginning was iffy. Robin, I almost forgot. At the retreat, I met a lady that lives down the street from Lori, and said she quilted many of the quilts, and Scrappiness is Happiness. Oh, what was her name? Julie joined us one time here. She was super sweet, and I know that she knows Lori. She was very nice. Mary Jo, I have been putting a monthly recurring meeting on my calendar to help remind me of special stitch days. Yeah, I need to do that. Or somebody just needs to remind me. But I need to do that so that I can remember to do it. I'm still waiting. Nancy, the disorderly stitcher, I'm still waiting for the elves, like the elves and the shoemaker, to show up. Make granny squares. Still haven't gotten the nerve to do it. You can do it. Oh, Nancy, I hope you jump in. Once you start, and mine are not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. And but crocheting is very forgiving. So you can not have, you know, the perfect tension, and these are still gonna look okay. It's like I posted in something. What did I make? I posted somewhere. I made something of Lori's stuff. Maybe it was a quilt block. I can't remember. And I posted it and I said, no matter how hard I work to try to make it look horrible and messed up, Lori's designs always turn out looking good. You don't have to be perfect to like be happy and kind of proud of what you're doing. Like she has a way of making things that look very complicated end up looking really, really good in the end, even with some errors here and there. Even with some errors. Lori says, I stitch at 9 every night. So that would be 10 for me. I should just do it. I mean, I know, 9 o'clock every night. I just need to do it. I just need to do it. Julian, I have bare walls too. That's why I'm stitching to eventually put them up. Yeah, I really have no excuse not to have a sampler wall and a heritage wall, quite frankly, because I have bare walls that are just completely empty. Most of the walls in my house are just completely empty. The only stitch that I frame myself, I gave as a gift. Oh, do you, Jillian, do you get all of your stuff like custom framed by somebody? Arlene says we should do a stitching sister. We should have a stitching sister to text and say, let's stitch now. That's a good idea. Rhonda, Angela May, when the kids get back to school, it would be easier for you. I think so. That's the sweet part of the kids going back to school. There's a bitter part too. But the sweet part is that I do seem to settle into more of a routine. The bad part is that the schedule picks up a lot. You know, like there's going to be sporting events like every night of the week, you know, Monday through Friday. Between the 5 of them, there will be something going on every night of the week that we'll have to be running for. So the pace picks up quite a bit, but you can also settle into a routine. So it'll be tricky. I just need to, but it will be nice. I think it'll be good. I don't have wall space, so I finished, but then delay framing because there's no place to hang things. See, everybody has their own different roadblocks, don't they? Lori says, you're talking about Julie. She is one of my peeps and is my quilter. She lives in the town next to me. She seems super nice. She jumped on here a couple weeks ago and was chatting with us. She was very nice. Sam, same here, Jill. I finished my stitches and then gift them. I don't own any of my own stitches, and actually very few of my quilts. That is true. Sam and I have had this discussion before. Most of them get gifted. It's Facebook Live, and you can encourage me, says Nancy. Jillian, no, I'm going to frame them myself, except maybe Crinkles and Santa's Village. So you'll pick the special ones that maybe you'll have. Yeah. Susan, I've been finishing my cross stitch myself and watch videos on YouTube with the flat fold method and the ornaments for my Christmas tree. Job Girl Stitches on YouTube has awesome finishes. Prairie Life will go up on my fireplace wall with the ancestor photos of the Graves family. See, you guys already have a plan for it. Okay, so this is my progress plus my pillow, my diagonal pillow, which I'm not sharing yet, but I will share it with you eventually. And then I'm going to start that other pillow. Maybe. I got to look at the colors and I got to figure out what I have. I know for sure I don't have frosting. I don't have linen, but I think I got to look and see if I have all the other ones. And I'm still fingers crossed that some of those will be in stock, hopefully within the next couple of weeks here. Fingers crossed. That's what I'm hoping. I'm not telling you that that's happening because I don't know that for a fact, but rumor has it that could be a possibility. So I have my fingers crossed. Okay, and then I actually do have some progress to share with you guys. I think the Prairie quilt will hang by the fireplace as well. I never put a fire in the fireplace, so I'm safe. Oh, good. But soon you will have another driver. She took her permit test last week. She passed with flying colors. But now, so here's the roadblock in that process while I'm getting my stuff out of my bag here. We have one vehicle. We have a Yukon, like a large Yukon that fits all 8 of us in it. And I feel like that is not a very new driver friendly vehicle. So we're debating with that right now. Do we try to find some used, reliable, safe, but inexpensive, smaller vehicle for her to learn on, and then for all the kids to have access to? So we're in that boat, like, an expense, but it's probably necessary and safer in the long run, maybe. I don't know. So we got to figure that out. But yes, she has her permit now. She can be driving, but we haven't done a lot of driving yet. What did you guys do with your kiddos when they started to drive? Lori says, I like that idea. Okay, so one of my 2 summer focuses for stitching is brick house, right? It's mighty, and it's beautiful. And it's so, so pretty. So I've been plugging along on it. And remember, I stitched this with you guys last week. I was working on the windows. Do you remember? I was working on the windows. Yes, Christine. Amen. I agree with that. Look, I was working on the windows last week, you guys. Look! I am more than halfway done. Do you think I can get the rest? I think I'm more than halfway done. Well, with this top part. Do you think I can get the rest done this month? So I was doing the windows last week when we stitched together, and then I ran out of eggshell. And of course, I don't have any eggshell in the shop. So now I have to order some. It is so frustrating when you get on a roll with something and then you run out of supplies. It's really annoying. So I ran out of eggshell and I was like, oh, no big deal. We probably have some at the shop. Well, we didn't. So now I'm stuck with the eggshell. And then I was like on a roll. I was like, I'm finishing the red on this house tonight. And then I ran out of used brick. So that's why this part, I was like, I'm going to get this done. I'm finishing it. And I ran out of it. But that we did have in the shop. So I was able to grab a skein, and I should be able to finish this house up lickety split as far as the red goes. And then while I'm waiting for the eggshell, I'll move on to the other side and do the rest of that. Rhonda says, wow, that is looking great. Jillian says, my husband is into cars, so he bought her a car for herself. She is natural, but doesn't seem to like to drive. Oh. Nancy says, what cloth is that? This is 28 count mushroom Lugana. Kim, hello. It's coming along, right? I was really pleased with myself for making that much progress because so it really did help to have that stitching time with you guys. It got me on a roll, and then I continued on that roll Thursday and then into Friday. So this I did all on Thursday and Friday last week. So the house is almost done. The brick house is almost done. The sampler part of it, not so much, but the brick house part is almost done. I have 2 kids, and they were 6 years apart, so they drove a family car as heavy as a pickup. So cars, what I'm hearing. Lori says, that looks amazing, Angela. Yes, you can get it done. As long as we have a stitching date at 9 o'clock every night. Make sure you do at least 1 or 2 threads every day. Slow and steady wins the race. I just read The Tortoise and the Hare to my little one the other day. Aesop's Fables. So yes, I agree with that. I just need to get onto a good schedule for slow and steady. because you're so right. And obviously, because I could see it in all of the stuff that you're working on. I mean, you have a lot of whips going at the same time, but you're able to get stitches in on each of them and show progress on each of them, which is fabulous. And that's what I would like to get into the rhythm of doing. Have a number of things going at the same time, but not letting one of them get buried at the bottom of the pile. And then, oh my gosh, I haven't done anything on this for months. Get them into a rotation. Do you have like a limit, Lori? I'm curious. Do you have a limit for the number of whips that you have in a rotation at one time? Or is it just whatever you're working on? Susan says, we bought a cheap used car, no radio, heat, barely worked. It was a character builder car. Exactly. Yeah, we don't need anything fancy. Both kids started driving in it and really appreciated the better car they eventually got after. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Like, I just want it to be safe. I want it to be reliable, but it does not need to be current. It doesn't, like, we don't need anything fancy, schmancy. Okay, and then my Sabbath stitch. You guys, I made a little bit of progress on my Sabbath stitch. So this is what I'm doing. I'm doing a Savior's Praise by Shakespeare's Peddler. Lori did this for her Sabbath stitch last year, I think. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I just fell in love with it immediately and jumped in without thought. I just jumped into making it because I loved it so much. I felt like a real connection with the words on it, and I thought the whole stitch is just super pretty. And so, although I may be spoiled with, I wish I would have ironed this. That was my other question for you, Lori. Do you ever steam your cross stitches? I stick to my rotation that I always show in my Flosstubes. I should have ironed this before sharing it with you guys, but I made some progress. I finished the basket, that monster basket. Oh my gosh. I finished it. You guys have no idea how good it feels to finish that basket, because I was like, would just drag my feet every time knowing that I had this basket to go back and like count to finish, which it's not hard. It's not hard. It's not difficult. It's nothing like that. It was just, I don't know, hurting my brain somehow. So I was kind of like, oh, I want to move on from that basket. There's so many other fun things in the stitch that I want to get to, but I really wanted to be disciplined and finish the basket first. And so I finished it. Ta-da! Now I can move on to there's stuff that I'm going to put around the basket, but I will probably add that last because of what I'm going to do for this stitch. It makes sense to add the other thing first before adding the rest of the stuff around the basket. So I'll probably save this for last, but I get to move on to the words, and I feel like those words will go pretty fast. And then those cute trees. I'm really excited to do the trees in the house because I love trees, and those look like fun ones to stitch. And I love stitching houses. So that's where I'm at with the Savior's Praise. I was super, super excited. I worked on this basket yesterday, and I was like, I'm getting this basket done today. We're putting that basket to bed today. So I worked on it yesterday, and I was not going to stop stitching until that basket was done. And I was super excited to come here and tell you guys today that the basket is complete. And the other thing I think about the basket is that it's a lot of detailed work, which makes it look really, really fun. But it doesn't really show a lot of progress, Like I can share it and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I got this done on the basket. And it's not a huge visible amount of progress to people. But now that that's done, I will feel like I'm making more progress. Okay. Sam says, Angela's so good with their girls. We liked a little bigger car for them, so they would be the bigger car in case of it. Yes. We did use cars for both girls. Yes. That's what I'm thinking, that size. I've had that same exact thought. Nancy, we should have a sew and steady stitch along. Work on what you want when you can and record the time and progress. That's a really good idea, Nancy. We should do that through our Happy Little Stitchers group. I will love to do one of these samples, but it'll have to be in 14 count. It would be huge. You could still do it, and you could find one that's a manageable size so that it doesn't end up being super big. But if you have the space for it, like I don't know if it matters. It's super huge. And I don't think it'll be as big as maybe you think it might be. I like the idea of Lori's to stitch each night. Maybe I can set the stove timer to go off at 9 p.m. That's a good idea. Set an alarm and be like, beep, beep, beep. It's time to stitch. Basket is beautiful. Thank you, Rhonda. Kim, I know you are complete already, and we are stitching this together, but I'm coming. I'm pulling up the end of the train, but I am coming. It's going to happen. I remember you, when you started that basket, you're like, I have that gigantic basket to do. I'm starting on the enormous basket. But you went through it really fast. You got yours done pretty quick. Leslie, my dad bought all 5 of us stick. That's what I learned how to drive on. Old, small Toyota. We were 5 kids, 4.5 years apart. We shared. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. My kids will not all have their own vehicle. I think we just need a vehicle that's not monstrous. And more than one vehicle, because I'm still going to have to drive the other kids around. And, at some point, it would be nice for her to be able to go to her things on her own. Lori says, no, I don't use steam irons, and I have never steamed my cross stitch. I would not want the overtime. Yes, that's what I was worried about. I press one back with vintage iron as per usual. Yes. Lori, I have a timer set on my phone, 8:45. Letting me know. You do? I use my phone time for all things. I use my phone timer for all things too, except I never thought to do it for that. That's a good idea. Bare walls, Angela. Bare walls. I have nothing but room. It's true. I do. I have nothing but room on my walls. Congrats on the basket. Thank you, April. So do you guys want to see what I think might be my next Sabbath stitch once I get done with this one? So I saw this when I was placing an order. Tell me if you want to see it while I talk about it. And you guys know I've talked on here before. I love houses for cross stitch. I love trees. Like there's something about trees and houses, even in quilts. I love trees and houses. I mean, there are other things that I love too, but I don't know what it is about trees and houses. I just think that there's beautiful. I don't know why. I've always had a thing for trees though. And so I came across this one as I was ordering stuff and I was like, ooh, that looks really pretty, but it's always hard to see, like I want to see it in person and kind of look through the chart and really see what I think of it. And when I got it and I could see it up close, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. So I'm thinking about it. I haven't committed fully yet, but I am seriously thinking about it. Want to see it? Me too. Yes. I also have my timer, says Lori, set to remind me to go to bed. I just keep stitching. That's so true too, because that is part of my problem. I can either be watching your Flosstube until way past bedtime, or I could get involved with something and just. So that's a good point. That's true too. I haven't done that either. Monkey Mary, I have to set a timer far away from me that won't shut itself off so I don't ignore it and keep working on a different project. Yes. That's what I don't like about oven timers is when they shut themselves off. I want it to keep going. So you oven makers out there, you have busy women who are cooking and men who are cooking and making stuff. And oftentimes one timer that then shuts itself off and doesn't beep again is not good enough. Too many burnt meals of like, oh my gosh, did somebody get that out of the oven? No, I didn't hear the timer. It needs to keep beeping until someone goes to do something about it. That's so true. April, something I've noticed, I start each piece by stitching the grid on the empty canvas to minimize counting and mistakes. Then I cut it away as I go, and it's a bit of a reward. Well, that's true. It's always good to have little rewards along the way. No, I used to in the 80s, Ivory liquid wine, and I'm not sure if that is a thing now. I don't think that's a thing now, Nancy. I don't think Lori washes hers. Okay, so here is my potential Sabbath stitch. It's called And a Forest Grew, and it's by Rosewood Manor, designed by Karen Kluba. And here is what it looks like. And a forest grew. And so this is what it says. It says, and out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight, and good food is pleasant to the sight, and good food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And then down here, really small, it says, he that plants trees loves others besides himself. So that is And a Forest Grew by Rosewood Manor. I am thinking about this for my Sabbath stitch. Rhonda says, like a microwave, it keeps going off till I say stop. Yes, just like that. Tammy S says, I love that. Don't you? I love it too. I was like, oh. And I have been debating about Sabbath stitches and haven't really found one for my second one that I feel excited about, but I kind of feel excited about this one. My Evan doesn't stop beeping. Oh, that's good. Lori says, no, I have never put my cross stitch in washing machine before. Yeah, or water. I don't think. Rhonda says, wow, beautiful, but so big. Take me a life when I was 72. Yeah, it is large, but it's spread out too. You know, that I kind of like that. I kind of like the scatteredness of samplers with the big tree in the middle. Oh, that is so pretty, says Michelle. Kay says, a few years ago, I did the big granny square Afghan that Lori did. I posted a pic on Facebook's page. If anyone here did it, what book was it from? I can't remember, and I want to do another with new colors. Does anybody know? Kay posted it in our Happy Little Stitchers group, maybe. She did this Afghan with Lori years ago, and she'd like to do another one, but she can't remember what book it's from. Kevin says, oh my gosh, Angela, love it. I think Rosewood had a stitch that I liked as well. They sound familiar. Yeah, they have some good options. Love it, says Becky. Tammy S says, I love trees too. Kara says, beautiful projects. My family all stops to do what they enjoy in the evening. I'm trying to delegate some cleaning the kitchen and sit when they do. It's a good idea. I love that chart. It's beautiful and gigantic. I say, go for it. Go big or go home. Well, I mean, I jumped into a Savior's Praise without much thought, and I'm loving it. So maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. Each tree is like a small finish. Yeah. So then yes, there's a little reward after each little picture, each little tree. It will be a lot. I mean, I'm not trying to fool anybody. It will be a lot. But it's a Sabbath stitch, and so I would have at least the whole year to do it. Get like a tree or two, depending on the size, done each Sunday. I don't know. Ellen says, I'm working on and a four skirt. You are? Ellen, it's a really fun stitch, but lots of thread. There are lots of thread colors. I just put this online today with the other new ones, and I typed out the thread list. I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many thread colors. So many. And are you enjoying it? It's a fun stitch is what you say. So that's good. That's a good sign for me. Jen says, all those trees. Mary Jo, I just saw that finished and was wondering what it was called. It is beautiful. You saw it finished. Ooh, if you can find it, tag me in it or something, because I'd love to see it finished. Oh, good. Yes. Join in the Sabbath stitch. I love trees and four seams. Me too. Nancy says, not in the washer, but in a tub with water, ivory liquid, and white vinegar. Martha says, love that one. Monkey Mary says, I love trees and houses also, and pictures of them with snow. Me too. I love the little snow villages. That's the other thing that sucks me in. Kathy says, oh my, that's a doozy. And to only stitch on Sundays, you may have to set your finish date when D graduates. It could be. It could be. It could take that long. That would be fun. Robin says, Lori, she was so sweet, and her husband was with her and said her and Mr. Honey are friends. Sam, go for it, Angela, but warning, if Kim is calling it big, then it's probably big. But you got this. You have a year. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? I've got a year. Do you want to know the stitch count? It's 420 by 200. And her husband was one of your friends. Whoa, the color list is no joke. It's no joke. You can see it online. The color list is no joke. Here's the color list. I can show it to you. It's that and that and that. I would really have to have my floss organized for this one. Nancy, Angela, what is the suggested fabric for that chart? So she says that she used 32 count linen. I would likely use 36 count linen, but she used 32. She used Zweigart Belfast 32 count linen cream. Wow, Angela says Monkey Mary. That's a lovely stitch. I love me a big chart. The bigger, the better. Kim, you can stitch this with me. And Mary Jo. This pattern is a very popular one a couple years ago and all over Flosstube and Instagram. You can look it up and see it stitched. Do a search on Instagram. I will have to check that out. Wowza. Kim likes big stitches. Kim likes big stitches and she cannot lie. You other stitchers can't deny when a stitch walks in with lots and lots of stitches. So there it is. There it is. That was what I wanted to share with you guys today because I was kind of excited to find something that I was kind of excited about. All right. It's really big. I think I would do on 36. Yeah, that's what I would like to do it on. Then I can use one thread over 2. Lori, I grew up in a large family. 9 o'clock was bedtime for the little ones, older kids in our room to do quiet things until sleep. I'm used to a 9 o'clock wind down my whole life. My kids did the same. We do the same here. That's kind of the magic time. Yep. Kids can go upstairs and read if they want to for like 15 minutes or so or 30 minutes. But 9 o'clock is the wind down time. Because usually that's like an hour to an hour and a half before, for me, sleep time. Even though it's big, it's easy to do because you can do a tree each time and always have a little bit. Yes, that's what I think too, Tina. Because there are so many little pictures. You could just do and be like, I finished a tree. I got another tree done, It's not necessarily a huge section. You can just have lots of little mini finishes. Can you imagine buying all that floss at a store? At least you can order it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I'd have to most of these. So it has DMC and Anchor. I would use DMC. So I think most of these we have in the shop, but I have to go through and make sure we have everything. A tree a day keeps the doctor away. Okay, that's all I have for you guys. I was super excited to share a little bit of finish. I do feel like I'm in the groove with, like I had a really productive weekend with cross stitch, and I feel like I'm kind of in the groove with crochet because it's easy to pick up and do. But because I got a lot of stuff done with cross stitch this weekend, then I did not get my Be Happy blocks done. So you will see that there's no Be Happy blog post this morning and no newsletter that has gone out yet, but that will be coming at some point, either today or tomorrow, I hope. That's my goal. So that's all I have for you guys. I'm doing a Carolyn Manning 365 flowers chart before I settle into whatever I'm stitching each day. I stitch a flower or part of one. Well, that's a good idea. Oh, you guys are night owls. I'm in bed at 8:15 and then everyone goes off at 4:30 a.m. Well, I don't get up that early in the morning. Love your projects. So thank you, Rhonda. That 9 o'clock wind down was important for my parents too. I remember that was time for my mom to embroider, my dad to read, and the house was quiet for. It is important because that is a little bit of the time where my husband and I can connect. We have time to talk about stuff that's going on or stuff that needs to be discussed because that's the only time you get without the kids. By the time the day comes to an end, you're tired. And so thankfully my kids get that. Sometimes I'll say, your dad and I need some time. So you guys can go upstairs and you can go to bed, but we need some time together. And they're really understanding about that. But it is important to have that for parents too, to have that wind down time and to have some alone time with each other, either for discussing or just hanging out, laughing. My gosh, I had my husband laughing so hard when we were driving back from the shop today. I thought we were going to get into an accident. I was like, stop laughing. Pay attention to the street. My son was in the back laughing. He was laughing so hard. His head was thrown back and he was laughing. I was like, be careful. But you need that time. I agree. It's important. Let's do this, people. I'm pumped now. Like I need another project. Nancy, you're pumped about in a forest screw? Is that what you're talking about? Thank you, Angela. Lovely start to our week. Jen says, I'm inspired to go back to brick house. You are welcome. Well, Lori inspired me to be like, okay, I think Lori needs to issue me more challenges because she challenged me. She said, try to get that done by the end of August so that you can be ready to start Prairie Life. And I was like, yes. Okay. And then as I kind of mulled it over, I was like, okay, I accept that challenge. I'm going to do this. So now I have a month. I'm down to the final month. I need to make it happen. You could just buy floss for just a small project once at a certain. Yes. Yeah, you could. You could like pick a section and stitch all of the colors in that small section and then work on to break it up a little bit so that you're not having to get it all at once. And I just ordered your next. You did. Are you going to join in or are you going to jump right in right away? Are you going to save it for Sabbath Stitch next year? Life of Fahey, or are you going to jump in right away? Okay, love this time together. Happy Little Stitch Job is keeping a smile on my face and my hands busy. Keeps the blues away. I am so happy to hear that, Kay. I'm so happy you found us. I hope that it's bringing you some happiness and that it's making you smile a little bit. Oh, I'll save it for when you do it. Oh, good. Hi, Sherry. Nancy. Yep, calculating 36 and 40 count. Yeah, I haven't done the calculations yet, but I'll find a cute project bag for it and get it all kitted up. I'm kind of excited. I think it's really pretty. And it could be like the center, potentially, of my sampler wall. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a fabulous Monday, and I hope you're off to a fabulous August. Let's make it a really good month, a happy month. And please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram and Facebook and all that kind of good stuff. And remember, if you haven't watched Lori's Flosstube yet, go check that out because it's super inspiring and she has some really beautiful finishes out there. And I will see you guys on Thursday for our quilting live stream on Thursday. So until then, everybody take care and have a fabulous, fabulous week. And I will see you in a few days. Happy stitching, everybody. Take care.